What's good, everybody? It's your boy Justin out here at the Wilson Warbirds game, joined by the best Brewers dude ever. What's your name, bro?
Pipe bombs here. What's going on? To quote the famous philosopher Uncle James, what it do?
Or as my grandson would call him, Mr. Pipe Bomb is in the building tonight. Yeah, man. So go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
We're out here with the little one, man, watching some of this Wilson Warbirds, high A affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers. Prince Fielder's son, Jaden Fielder, plays out here. A lot of good young talent that filters up to Wisconsin, then to Biloxi, then to Nashville. And me and my brother from another mother pipe wanted to make sure we brought you that content today because we're live and in effect at the Wilson Warbirds game. So, Pipe, what do you think, man? You want to get right to it and talk about these San Francisco Giants? What did you see from the Giants this weekend, man? Or these
Man, the
past couple of
first
days?
yeah, first two games look good. Next two games look not good. We knew that after the first couple games that the Giants are not playing up to the talent or to the names on the back of their jerseys. They're a lot better team than what they've done what they've produced so far this season. I do think that they'll turn this around. Um, do I have any kind of faith that Adamas is going to carry him on their back or whatever and take him anywhere? Hell to the no.
How did
But
I know you would say Adamas?
but they will be better. They will be better. It did sting, seeing Haas rip a huge homer off of us. I'm just glad they're gone. 4 game series. It's very, obviously it's very rare to sweep a 4 gamer. More than likely you're going to split. So we split. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, splitting with them. And we very easily could have won both of those ball games that we lost. So you think about the 1-0 game, lack of execution in that game. Just atrocious at the end of the game. You got your best hitters up there. Bryce Terang is swinging at a ball that would be a high pitch for Aaron Judge. I don't understand that. And you got to understand the moment. But it's okay. Bryce is 25, 26. He's learning. And then you look at the next game. Woodford Reserve gave up a bajillion runs, and we just needed him kind of be a stopgap. On top of that, you have Grant Anderson taking one off the forearm. You have DL Hall with a pectoral issue. It was like the last 2 games was like everything that could possibly go wrong goes wrong. However,
Yeah. Well, here, real quick, first of all, I'm glad that Grant Anderson is okay because, we're just days away from him being the most famous GA in the city of Milwaukee. So, rest up, man, get good because we need you to dominate, my friend. But yeah, that 1-0 game, they had so many options at the end, so many chances that they blew. And then the point with the Bryce Terang swing is that every single person, if I can see it, anybody can see it. We all knew that pitch was coming in this high.
yep.
Everybody knew it except Bryce, and he swung at that high cheese and looked absolutely ridiculous.
He did, and no, you're right about. I think we dodged a bullet with Grant Anderson and the famous great GA in the Milwaukee's crazy work. But also that I think we dodged a bullet with DL Hall because it wasn't an elbow, it wasn't a knee. It's something that he could go on the 15 DL and come back from. So I think, and hey man, we just gotta play better baseball. But you can't win them all. And like you said, and Murphy alluded to it, and I still think we outscored him in this series. Correct me if I'm wrong, by a bajillion. So those guys, that's a good baseball team. I really do think they are. And I think, I'm gonna put $3 on the Giants to win or go to the playoffs. I think they're that good. And Logan Webb, game 3, pitched an amazing baseball game.
Yeah, he sure did. He was lights out. And when you got a guy with talent like that, you never know when it's going to come, but there's always a possibility. We were on the bad end of it in Game 3 of this series, and still had 100 chances to win that game. So am I going to get down on the crew because of losing the final 2 games of that series? No, because like you said, they had a chance to win both.
But there's one thing that we're forgetting to mention from game 3, and we're forgetting to mention from the entire series. the guy that I got to be down on, and I hate to be down on this guy because I really like this guy as a person. I think he's a phenomenal ambassador for Brewers baseball. He does a lot of work with the Autism Society of Wisconsin, of Arizona. The brother lost his mother. I mean, he's just a great story. We're talking about Blake Perkins here. It's so much great stuff about Blake, but unfortunately, it's not matriculated onto the baseball field right now. And I think we're doing a disservice to him, Pipe, keeping him up in Milwaukee, having him press, trying to get back into the swing of things against major league pitching. I and this isn't any disrespect to Brilly, because I've just said he's a great person. I may send him down to double A, or maybe even I may even just send him to high A in Wisconsin, because what I want is I want him to get fat off of bad pitches and get used to hitting the ball again. His confidence is absolutely gone. It's like, man, me with my golf swing, right? Like when I'm hitting that 6 iron bat or that 5 iron or whatever, I'm gonna go down to my pitching wedge or my sand wedge, something I know I can hit good. We got to get this guy back in his groove, because I think there's a lot that is to be desired with Blake. I think he's a very good elite level defensive baseball player, and his bat is not amazing, but he used to be subpar. Now it's atrocious.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Was it ever amazing? No, but he had some moments, man. There were times where we called him Blake the Rake, and now it's Perk the Jerk, and not because of the kind of person he is, because like you said, he's an amazing human and all that. We're rooting nothing for the best for him, but that it gets into the larger thing. The Brewers as an organization have absolutely no problem shuffling up and down 800 different relief pitchers and all that kind of stuff to sit there and find the right guy and find a dude who can get outs and all that. But when it comes to position players, they don't make these moves, and they don't sit there and call up the Cooper Pratts when they should, and they're not calling up Jet Williams and all these guys when they should. And it just makes you scratch your head because Perkins got to go, Joe Zero's got to go. These guys are embarrassing themselves now, and it's beyond the point of just no return. It's the point of they're embarrassing themselves and hurting their careers.
Sorry about that. My grandson did a t-shirt toss and he caught a t-shirt. He's super excited about
Nice.
it. So show your t-shirt, Drew. Sorry.
Hey.
No, you're absolutely right, though, man. And some of these guys that aren't performing right now, even with Joey O, right? I know you call him Johanny or Tani, or Johanny or Otani, or whatever Tim calls him. He needs to get back into his swing of hitting the baseball too. And we saw a lot of that with the what was it, the toe tap or something last year. But
Yeah.
now it's kind of went away. So he can go down to Nashville. He could get his swing back in the groove of things, and maybe he could come back and contribute. Because the thing that we cannot deny, Pipe, and I know he's not your favorite, but when you get down to the end of a baseball game, he can be a guy that you could put in as a glove replacement to kind of close out the game. And the same thing with Blake Perkins, because glove wise, he's probably one of the better center fielders in all of baseball, but the bat leaves something to be desired.
Yeah, the glove on Perkins is phenomenal. Glove on Ortiz is iffy. We did see him tin mitt one just a couple days ago too. So, am I 100% sold on Joe Zero's defense? No, but I just don't like him, man. I'm just tired of having my eyes hurt watching suck. And so, I don't care if you call up. I don't care who you call up. And if they never get a hit up here in 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks in the bigs, that's okay. And I'm okay with that because I saw it and because they tried something new. What they're doing now, running these same guys out there day in, day out, ain't working. Got to switch it up.
So I think what you're going to need to do, man, and especially you got Badu down there in AAA, if you're not going to bring him up, you're going to have to DFA him. And the reason why you got to DFA him, because you got to put Jet on that 40 man, because Jet's not on your 40 man yet. So you got to get someone into that 40 man if you're not going to bring him up. I don't think you DFA Renhefo yet, but we're getting kind of close to that line, right? Joey O and Blake Perkins, there's no need to DFA them though, because they have options. Put them down there in AAA. Let them get better. I looked at the Rangers AAA. They had some 32-year-old brother that's been trying forever. And now, real quick on the minor league thing, since I'm here at the game, did you see that? I think it was Jordan Adams is his name. He was a top recruit for Carolina football. He played for the Angels. played for a couple other different teams. He was an outfielder for Nashville. This is the second player that the Nashville Sounds have that has left the organization to go play D1 college football. He's going to go to SMU, and you have Monte Harrison at Arkansas. What are your thoughts about that stuff?
Well, it shows you the discrepancy between NIL in college football and how little those guys get paid down in minor league baseball. And I know that MLB has made some changes over these last handful of years to make it better, where it's not like an absolute embarrassment on how little those guys are making, but it's still an absolute embarrassment on how little those guys are making. So, am I shocked at it? No, not at all.
That's why, and that's why you have a lot of things when you're looking at this and stuff like that. You're looking at these guys with the housing thing that came from minor league baseball was huge, where they picked up the housing. But we got to up these salaries a little bit because you can't expect a kid to sign at 18 years old, 21 years old for a $2 million sign-in bonus and pay him $21,000 a year for the next 4 years. And if he craps the bed or if he doesn't, not be sufficient because he's pretty much lost his ability. Well, you can go to college like these guys are doing later on, but you just set these guys back quite a bit, man. So let's move on to these Colorado Rockies, man. House of Horrors, Coors Field. Do they still call it Coors Field out there in Denver?
Oh yeah.
Or is it Happy Place Hemp? Shout out to those guys, aka Denver Cannabis City, Ballpark of America. Who knows what they call it, man? How are you feeling? You feeling confident going into Denver? What are you doing?
Hopefully, man. Hopefully, this is a quick series where the Brewers can get the bats right. Pitching, continues to do what they've been doing. But if you get the bats right, you sit there going a little bit of a run. You got to take at least 2 out of 3 against those chumps, because after that you're heading to Vegas. So let's go into the Mile High and win 2-3, or even better, let's sweep them suckers.
Yeah, you got to, man. You got Miz going on Sunday. Thing that worries me a little bit is Moho, Lord have mercy, Yoho, with all the action on his pitches. Is that ball going to bounce around a lot in Denver, or is that ball going to sit still and are the guys going to be able to rope it? We've seen a lot of guys come up. We've seen a lot of guys rope Yoho since he's been up the past couple of times. And I kind of need him to get to what we expect this guy to be out there in Denver. I'm going to go ahead and if Blake Perkins is in a game in Denver, I'm going to go ahead and book it that he's going to hit a home run in this series. I think you got to win 2 out of 3 at a minimum. You mentioned it, and we're going to come to you soon with some Vegas stuff because we're going to Vegas to play the homeless athletics of wherever they're from now. And that's going to be exciting, man. I think our boy Tim Allen will be live in effect in Vegas to see that. So a lot of good stuff going on with this Milwaukee Brewers. You got to get 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3. This has to be at a minimum. That would make us, 6-4 against the bums of the bums right now. We need to be a little bit better. We might need to sweep one of them. You're right. So 7-3 is a must, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. And, that said, go Canes. All you people watching them Stanley Cup finals and stuff. Huge comeback win. Man, I wish I was in that building. If only I know someone who was last night.
Being in that building was absolutely amazing, man. My little grandson, his favorite guy. Well, I don't know if it's his favorite guy, but it was Jarvis. Jarvis scored the game-winning goal. He was super excited about that. It was so much domination by you know what? This is like that St. Louis Cardinals game when they came back and played the Brewers. They dominated us all the way through the game, no hit us, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 you got an L. You're on your way back to Vegas. So hopefully, the Las Vegas, aka wherever you're from, Athletics get their brains beat in. Hopefully, the Knights lose a couple more, but be it in that environment. I gotta get to AmFam this year for the playoffs because I'm sure that environment will be subparts of that. But absolutely amazing, Pipe. You're absolutely right. Canes got to do it. Brewers got to do it, man. That's all I got for these jokers today. You got anything else, my brother?
No, man, I'm cashed out. So, yep, that's it. But enjoy that game down there in Wilson tonight, and hopefully Brewers get off to a strong start, and hopefully they got as much luck as your grandson. Still crazy that you, who look about 35 years younger than I do, got a grandkid, and I ain't. Thankfully, I don't. But congrats to the big man right there on getting that T-shirt, and I hope you guys have a good night tonight.
Yeah, we appreciate it, brother. He caught it. He's happy. He's excited. We're going to go to a Canes watch party tomorrow, but we appreciate all of y'all tuning in tonight, tomorrow, in the shower like you do with pipe, in the bed like you do with pipe. Oh, I'm sorry, that's your producer's days. And for all of you that took showers with pipe and did it in the bed with pipe, pause. You can still do it with the podcast. We won't get upset at you. Um, yeah, we're out here real quick before we go. We got all the big women out here in Wilson, and we're excited to see the big ones. Got a lot of pork going around in the stadium, so shout out to the big broads. And man, this has been a Cream City Media Group production. I'm your man Justin from North Carolina with Drew.
And pipe on.
Thanks so much for joining. Go Crew.